I'm going to show you several exercises, challenges, games that you can play to help you improve your visual memory.
Doc, none of us can remember anything from last night. Remember?
Artists like Karl Kopinski, Kim Jong-gi, Peter Han, and Eliza Ivanova are able to do what they do because of their extraordinary visual memory. No matter what, it's gonna take a lot of practice to get there. But these visual memory games can help you get there faster. Visual memory is important for artists because it helps you draw from imagination, draw faster, be more creative, and it even helps with drawing from observation. I know it sounds strange, but it's true. Having a large library of images in your head while you're looking at reference helps you identify the important information. You'll be better at recognizing patterns that you've seen before and compare those things that you've seen with what you're seeing. By having a highly trained visual memory, you'll be better able to process and store the complex information from your reference while you're drawing it. The first game is to draw from memory. Start by just looking at it for a minute or two, study it, and try to remember as much as you can about it. Then hide your reference and draw as much as you can from memory. If you want, you can gradually decrease the time you spend looking as you get better at this. After you're done, bring back your reference and check your accuracy. For extra credit, you can try it again to see if you could do it better the second time. The second game is to look at something and draw it from a different angle. You don't have to hide the reference for this one. Just trying to imagine it from a different angle is enough to improve your ability to visualize. But the third game is to combine them. Again, start by looking at it for a few minutes, and then draw it from memory from a different angle. Or you can make it a little easier by starting with a study drawing. Draw it as you see it, then put all that away and draw it from memory and from a different angle. That initial drawing helps you learn the construction of the forms and remember a little bit better than just by looking at it. The next one is only for level 2, you more experienced artists. If you're drawing from figure reference, draw from a different angle, from memory, and change the proportions. You're using the reference as inspiration to redesign and create your own thing. And a bonus game. This next one's not part of this assignment, but I'm throwing it in here because I think you should try it at some point on your own. And that is drawing from a moving subject. For example, if you go to the zoo, some animals are just sitting around or sleeping, but others are constantly moving. So you start by watching it for a few minutes, figure out the basic forms, and then take a snapshot in your mind of a pose you see as it's moving. And then you draw it. As you're drawing it, the animal is still there to help you with the proportions and a reminder of the basic forms, but the pose will have to be from memory. Occasionally, if you get lucky, you'll see that pose again. It's very challenging, but it's a fun exercise that forces you to work with what you've got. So this lesson is from my Drawing Basics course. Most of the lessons are only available in the premium version at proko.com/drawing, but I'm releasing this one for free to kind of give you an idea of what a typical project is like in the course. Every project in the course has a level 1 version for the absolute beginners just starting to learn how to draw, and a level 2 version for intermediate artists who are taking the course to refine their fundamentals. Level 1, you're gonna be drawing from 3D models that are provided as the next 8 lessons in the playlist. They're all interactive right in your browser. For each 3D model, you can pick the game that you wanna try from the first 3. Draw from memory, draw from a different angle, or combine them. And for this project, make sure you're focused on practicing perspective. Construct these things out of simple primitives. In the next demos, I'll show you a few more perspective tricks like subtracting one form from another and how to draw the same curve in a different spot. If you're not sure how to rotate, zoom, and pan the 3D model, just click the little help icon down here and you'll see the instructions. Also, if you hold Alt while dragging with the left mouse button, you could rotate just the light. That could be pretty useful. The benefit of doing these from a 3D model is that if you're drawing it from a different angle, you can then change the angle of the 3D model to the one you drew to actually get instant feedback on how you did. But keep in mind, this isn't meant to be done perfectly. It's meant to challenge you and just help you get better at visualizing 3D forms in your head. If you rotate the model to check yourself and it's not exactly right, it's fine. Just take the feedback and do another one. Level 2, unfortunately, you won't be able to check yourself because you'll be working from photos of figure poses. For each one, you can choose one of the 4 games, and don't forget that changing proportions is another option. So you're gonna simplify those poses to a mannequin. You can use the gestural torso boxes from the previous project, then attach cylinders for the limbs and the neck. The head can be a Loomis head. If you're not sure what that is, you can watch my free videos from a while back. I'll leave some links in the description. Or you could just use a simple sphere or a box like we did before. And you could choose how simple you make the hands and feet. After you're done, go to this lesson on Proko.com, link is in the description, and submit your work to the community. I'm giving you this reference for this specific project, but you can keep playing memory games like this after the course is done anytime you want to improve your visual memory. And you could do this with any focus. It doesn't have to be about perspective. You could try to remember the gesture, shapes, colors, shadows, whatever. All right, that's it. If you don't remember anything I said, you're off to a great start. All right, have fun.